What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to Terra Invicta. We are playing as the European Union. Well, actually, we're playing as Project Exodus, but we controlled the European Union, and it is the year 2027, January 1st. And right now, we're looking at some gradual expansion and consolidation of our power block over here. We also have control over Spain, Canada, if I can click on Canada, the Netherlands, and we're working right now on getting full control of Denmark. My goal here for this episode is probably to consolidate Spain and the Netherlands and keep doing our slow expansion eastward. I'm eyeing up places like Serbia, maybe Bosnia, or I also saw Slovakia as targets for easy expansion. I'm thinking we'll do Slovakia first just because they're still in the Union. So if we can grab them, they'll be faster for us to integrate fully. There's also Poland over here, who would be a good shout. They're kind of expensive to get. Are we doing any techs that raise our command point capacity? So you have 10 in the national investment tree. That'll be done by the time we've already annexed Spain, and so that won't really be too big of an influence there. We're getting close to finishing settlement halves. We are in the lead by about 140. We should keep that, I think. And that'll work out really well. Our space income is doing very great. We have over 100 of all resources except for Fissibles, and Fissibles is at 17. Same with Noble Metals, it's at 37. So those are both good values for the more rare of our resources. That doesn't really matter. We're going to have Asida over here work on doing with Denmark. We're going to have Jinxing keep his advising mission. We're going to have Emmanuel go and deal with some of our megafauna that's rising up in South Africa. Considering it looks like we're going to have a more consolidated servant present in this region. Of course, David is going to do his evangelist stuff. We're probably almost done with doing loyalty pushes, and then we'll have David go back to doing some public campaigns. Maybe some advisement. Overall, the EU is looking pretty great. I know it says 24 here. We'll go and confirm mission and see how good the EU is once our advise actually goes off. So let's see. I think he's not gone yet.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
There's the Inspire mission. We'll do one more for Zaida, and then I'll have to send someone to investigate her and see how she's doing. See, now we're up to 31 and about 500 science. Very good on both counts there. Really can't get over how effective that is, especially once we eventually roll in the 66 science from Spain. And I think Netherlands, for their pop, produces a huge amount of science. 44.5 is quite good for their size. So those will all be very good for us. It'd be really nice to get Germany too, but that is going to be a struggle because it's going to really piss off the Academy here. How are your allies? You know, if we were to declare war on you, break the alliance to do so, we could get this stuff figured out. I see Greece is still part of the European Union. We could isolate Germany and take them over by war, potentially. That'll be a last resort. We don't really worry about that too much. Just keep going along here. I think we'll do a little more consequence. I want to try to get the whole year done in this video. I think doing 1 year per video will be pretty good for us. So in the meantime, we'll keep doing business as usual, working on our techs. I'll probably bring you back. Actually, this will probably finish in this little segment here because it's actually going really fast. There is settlement halves that will get done in the next day. Ignore the aliens.
Home is wherever you lay your
okay,
head,
and that's going to let us
said.
upgrade all of our stations.
Home, as far too many of
I don't
us
want
know,
to do
is
that
only
right
when
now.
No one is trying to destroy all that you hold dear.
We already have
Commissioner
outpost
Kiran
cores. Go
Banerjee.
and do open resource here. I want to do militarization of space. What else is there in here? Just to double check here. Sort by category. Arrival and national relations isn't terrible here. Arrival law. Arrival sociology. Mass communication independence movements. Cybernetics gets us closer towards the higher level of the getting our next advisors, right? Militarization space is really what we want, though, because this leads towards space assault doctrine, space navies, and better combat lasers. So probably militarization of space for sure here. Surface defenses. Point defense array. Ooh. So there's point defense. Do we get point defense or do we go for the space stuff? Don't really care about genetics. Don't really care about some of these smaller ones here for the drives. Mass drivers would be good to get as well. Don't care about Jupiter. That's kind of beyond us. Number of habitat mining modules we can support without paying mission control cost increased by 6. How much are we paying by over our cost? 43 for Hab. We operate 6 of 15 allowed mines with no mission control cost. Is that gonna change? We have a lot of mines. Well, we should have a lot of mines. Next generation aerospace and advanced atmosphere atomic manipulation. Let's go for the militarization of space. This will get done pretty fast because more people are going to actually want that. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to have 8. And there's 15 allowed mines. So that's not terrible, actually. Most of our stuff is being used up by the stations over here. We're going to keep most of these outpost cores. We won't upgrade them to settlement cores. I think we'll save that for when we get Mercury. Which, speaking of Mercury, where is that in the tech tree? Looking for mission to the inner planets. Requires advanced heat management concepts. So we might grab the advanced heat management with the after industrialization of space is done. Although it does lead us to improve shipbuilding and space commerce, which could help us deal with some of the money shortages. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Still quite some time until this gets done. There's not a lot of people focusing on the industrialization of space. Namely, you can see we're about 3 or 4 times the next two people to be invested. Real quick, at the start of the campaign, I guess we should, or the episode, we should take a look and see how we are doing compared to the other factions as far as resources. The one I'm eyeing, of course, is our research. Looks like the initiative's really struggling. Same as the servants and the protectorate. That's fine. They're not too far behind, but it looks like we have a pretty comfortable edge of about 200-300 over the other factions. And we're fine with resistance. We like them. We are fine with the Academy. The only reason we don't like them right now is because they're competing with us for the EU. But other than that, they can do what they want. I'm fine if the Academy takes over some other nation. Really just worried about these two here at the bottom, and then slightly humanity first. It's not massive, it's just I don't want them to nuke me. So that will be fine there. Without further ado, let's go ahead and play through this. I'm going to go ahead and just maintain things, waiting for a cooldown here on the European Union for the unifications. And do some small rolls here and slowly upgrade our counselors here.
Our associates are now in charge.
All right, there is full control over Denmark. We're going to have to get them annexed in 180 days. That looks all right. So I'll play this out, and I'll bring you guys back once we can do some unifications later in the year and or our techs get done. Whichever happens first. Probably this tech down here in the 20th of February or the 28th. Oh, that's next year. Yeah, 20th of February. We're going to go for that. See you guys soon. Real quick, thought I'd share. We just got a tech research by the Resistance over here. And it looks like they're doing advanced heat management concepts, which is the feeder tech into mission to the inner planets here. So it looks like that's all going good. We won't have to spend a point on it. I'm going around now and doing the defend interest in a lot of our countries that we still have to consolidate here. You can see there is Canada needs to be defended. Is there anything else we're really missing that I care about defending? We'll leave Denmark and the Netherlands on their own. I don't think anyone will come and try to snatch these from us. Or if they do, we'll have some time to take them back. So that should be fine. Instead, what do we want to have her do? Unrest is pretty alright. What else is Kazakhstan doing? We could lower unrest there. I'd rather do some investigate counselors. Real quick, let's check on Junxi's loyalty, and then we're going to have Emmanuel. Actually, we need to do an assault aliens with Emmanuel. Definitely need a second person who can do these assault missions. It's already becoming very hard to manage, and it's only going to get worse as the game progresses. So we need one of those to really help us out here. Okay, but we'll let those kind of roll out.
Your orders?
So we're going to spend quite a little bit defending. We'll confirm that, lock that in, and we'll get back to what doing. I just thought that was interesting that the AI is actually helping us out with research inadvertently. So
making things safe
we'll keep going, and we'll see you guys soon. So we got an interesting event here for a breakthrough. And basically what it comes down to is because we have our stations working on science, we got a role where we can get a bunch of science boosts, which is really nice. But then we get a bonus to investment in different regards. You can either get a bonus to investment in knowledge, giving you more science over time, a bonus to spaceflight and boost in mission control, a bonus into off-Earth mining output by 5%, or just making our ships and damage control teams conduct repairs faster. I think I'm going to go for the off-Earth mining output, because that's generally the hardest one to increase, compared to like this one, which is handled by tech. And really, I think later on in the game, the investment in knowledge is not your main source of science. Most of it's going to come from space. So if we can do more research into space and mining, we can support more and more efficient outposts, as long as we have the money to do it. But we do also have hab modules later on that we can get boosts to. This will also complete the Skunks Works project for us, which we will actually need to build pretty rapidly. Where do I want to build a Skunk Works? Let's see. Also, where do you want to spend this tech that we have? I have to go and look through this. Bonus to spoils. Contraband scanner doesn't matter. Don't care about missiles right now or mountain warfare. Different drives. Pulsar drives. Let's go and favorite the Pulsar drives. Space Science Lab is for doing science with ships. We don't really have the ships right now. Hold off on the armor. Op Center's pretty good, but we don't really want to do that right now. Investment into economy is... Ooh, bonus control points. What are we currently working on? We still have a really long project here. Let's do a couple shorter projects just to keep things up. I wanted to do the solar array and the fission reactor array. This will power our space stations, and this one will power Mars, respectively. So we'll knock both those out, and then we'll go for pulsar drives. Getting close to the time when we need to start building ships, so this will be fine for now. Go ahead and drop these in, and we'll let that progress. It's only February. We're having these pop-ups pretty back to back to back, so still taking it slow, trying to get our influence up. Our resources are kind of low here for everything that's not boost. In fact, I might want to even trade my boost away. We'll see. Yeah. Anywho, I'll bring you guys back once we have an update. All right, real quick, we have just gotten advanced heat management concepts. Let's see what the... Okay, they're going for fission systems here as their next source of income. That's a 20,000 investment, so that's going to take quite a while. Looks like we are in charge of both the industrialization of space and the militarization of space project. Looks pretty good there. We're over our control point cap a little bit. That's because I went and stole Slovakia. It's now ours. We also really did piss off the Protectorate. I wonder if they're at... Okay, we're in conflict. They're not actually at war. They're in conflict with everybody. The Protectorate is on the outside looking in for the rest of our nation. I think everyone else is actually fine with us, right? Relations-wise. Tolerance, tolerance, tolerance. You're in conflict, of course. Tolerance, and everyone else is tolerant. So they're the only ones who don't really like us. Real quick for Zyda, I saw that we had the Eridani cartel available. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Gives us more income, more org limit. Always want to grab those. Still looking up for something for her that'll let her do some assault missions. Plus 30 income. Our income's a problem. It's why I'm seriously eyeing up some of these orgs that will give you money. This one's even better, I think, because it gives you science, income, economy, spoils, and space mining. I think we can pick it up. It does good stuff for us. We'll grab it. Why not? Can also throw in one of these things we have sitting in our back slots over here. We'll leave those be for now. Evangelist can get picked up. We're going to grab another admin point for you. You're also a criminal, so I should probably be getting some stuff for you. But I want to get the cartels and slot out our fixer, because her investment points, in my opinion, towards espionage is going to be a lot more valuable for her. She can't really do much with command. Increase unrest will be valuable to us later, but she still is not really a command person. She's going to be really good at espionage and then probably investigation. She's our wet works person. She's someone we need to come in whenever we need to kill somebody. So that's kind of going to be her job, I believe. That's all good. Also, we did unlock in our techs, we got the solar array. I think right now I'm going to hold off on upgrading our stations here with the higher level arrays. I could do it, but I think I want to wait a little bit. I want to let us build up a little nest egg here. I don't want my income to drop below 400. I'm going to kind of call that the dividing line, because if we go below 400, I start to get a little concerned, because we want to have some cash built up to buy orgs, as well as there's some events where you can spend money to avoid bad things happening. So I want to kind of manage this more. If we weren't so focused on the EU right now, I would say we should try to find a country that we can get some spoils from, maybe try to take Egypt or something and get some spoils out of them. But for now, the priority is making our main economy bigger and building a massive nation. We could do spoils in Canada, But I think Canada's going to be very valuable because it lets us assert our power in North and South America here. More so than the EU, which is going to be pretty limited in this region. We want to have places that have armies. We don't have armies here yet, but we eventually want to have places that have armies that can reach around the world in short notice for some events that happen later in the game that require us to be quite rapidly moving. So that's kind of my thought process there. We'll see how that works out.
Your orders?
As far as we'll do one-term missions here.
Orders?
David Brown, I actually do need you to keep working on Zyda's loyalty. I checked out her, and she's at... That's not Zyda.
Acknowledged.
And she's at 21 loyalty right now, so we can get that up a little bit. That would help be a good bonus for us. Zyda, go ahead and do some investigations in Georgetown. Emmanuel, is there other places besides Georgetown? There is not. I can't help but see there's a steel project. I'd rather have you investigate.
Investigating alien site.
And Zyda, go get that
here.
project for us. You're not really noticed by somebody, so this shouldn't really affect us too much.
By.
What's the stat here? This should definitely be an espionage stat, right? Yeah, it still take
their
ops though.
knowledge.
So that's all good.
Where
One more
to?
turn and well, that's not the professor.
Reporting in.
I still think this looks like Tom Brady. Tell me if I'm crazy there. And yeah, we're gonna confirm them. Oh no, wait. Ah, you. I want you to do some public approval in. Let's get Slovakia up to snuff here.
On my way to the capital.
And what's our target after Slovakia? I know it's saying that a little bit early, considering we still have to unify with Spain, the Netherlands, and Denmark. That actually is not too terrible. 118 days we can unify with you, 177 we can unify with you. We're going to be able to unify with all these guys around the same time, which would be pretty good since they're all this year. Yeah, that's interesting. Bosnia-Herzegovina we can take whenever we have the spare points. That's nothing. What's our target after this? I would say Ukraine, but they've got some problems. How many armies do you have? You have 2 armies and you're not even using them? You're already in the information age. Your army is pretty advanced. Also, our army, 4.3. How's the US's 4.6? We're getting up there with the big boys with our army power. We don't have a ton of them. We only have 2. But if we take Germany's army, that would make us 3. And I bet you Poland has one, so that's 4. So we could grab some more armies somewhere. Make our numbers a little bit bigger. Just checking to see if anyone else has some armies. Russia's 5, of course. And if we grab Ukraine, because Ukraine is part of something we could confederate with. That means we're going to have, what is that, 6 armies in total? Assuming they don't die to Russia. But we can probably deal with Russia eventually, if they're only in the atomic age. So that's my kind of thought process there. Let's go and confirm and do out 1 turn, just so we can see what's all going on here, see if anything interesting happens. Our economy,
Their loyalty remains questionable.
our input is, we're right on the border of going from 300
No
or
more
1400 to
secrets.
1500. Solid core fission reactor 5. We would love that, please. I like that. You still have to research the project, which is a shame, but I guess that's a good way to keep intact with other stuff. That's why it pays to have a good wet working person early
We'll
on.
be ready for new orders soon.
We're getting some
Wrapping up
pop-ups for all the different probes we have. Nothing too crazy here. Russia is attacking Thailand. Shouldn't you, like, win the first war you're at right now?
Mission complete.
Why the fuck am I chose the wrong thing. Give me my stuff back. Oops. That's fine. Doesn't cost anything. Congo looks a little messy. Looks like we're going to have a lot of alien presence in Africa. Which is concerning a little bit. How many navies do I have? Okay, these both have navies. Do your armies have navies? You don't have a navy. You don't have a navy either. Okay, we've got to keep in mind naval power. It kind of matters. We'll cover it if we ever go to war. But it's got to be something in the back of my head here. All right, I think that's a good stepping away point here. I'll keep doing our stuff, waiting, buying some time until we can do some more unifications. Should be March, April, May, June, July, August. So that's, what, 5 months? Until we can do anything? Assuming our timers don't end before then. So that's... We'll probably be able to do in Denmark first there, but I'll keep playing it out, improving relations, maintaining
Standing by.
business as usual, and then I'll bring you guys back
I will tell
once
our
we can do
story.
our unifications. Real quick, thought I'd talk about something I'm thinking of doing here. So we're going to go through all of our space stations around Earth's orbit and go and get them some better solar collectors. Our income's jumped a little bit to 485. So we can spend this, and that'll give us additional like 2-month cost per station. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times that is going to be what, 18 a month. And then I'm also looking up this administration node here. Right. I think we're going to build these on all of our habitats. It does cost some water and fissibles, but we should have enough. We're going to go and put these all in the left slot of all of our stations here. These are going to help us out a lot. They are going to give us some bonus to production as well as give us some control point cap, which is really, I think, the big bonus here. So we're just going to increase our control point by, what is that? That's 9 times 4, 36 points. That's a whole other nation we can get involved here and get the unification started with. So I got to remember to build all these. So let's think about this while I build this out. What nations do we want to go for next to get involved here? It's going to take 45 days to get this built, so we have a month and a half, give or take, a few days, plus or minus there, to get all of this situated. And that is just an Earth itself. So let's go back and think about it. Definitely pick up Bosnia-Herzegovina. What other nations are still in the EU that I want to go for directly? Poland's a shout. Couldn't control the entirety of Poland. I actually really like that idea. Let's see what our chances are in Poland before I make that play there. Germany's out of our range there. What about Sweden? Finland has left. Thank you, Humanity First, for doing that. Goodbye, Greece. Okay, as long as Poland doesn't leave, I'm chilling here. Probes are still arriving. If we can't get Poland, I think it's going to be expanding towards Greece over here. We'll kind of come down here and then spread out. There's fission reactor array. I think we go for pulsar drive here. And then settlement core. Probably after. Or settlement core first because it's cheaper. I like that idea. Let's go for that. Throw that in so we can upgrade our HABs eventually. We don't have a ton of command point cap. We have a 43 of it, so we can't go out and upgrade all of our stuff. New orgs came in. I see an Egyptian one. I see a space mining one. UNESCO's actually, it's not terribly expensive. 15 for 2 and influence, plus advancement in knowledge. And it grants inspire. Who did not have inspire? You don't have inspire. I actually think that's a really good shout for us. We can drop Hector Aerospace. Our boost has enough income now that I don't really care for this. And then you have another point. Let's increase your administration and pick UNESCO up. And now you have 2 guys that can do Inspire. And they're not going to be stuck, because the other guy who can do Inspire is our guy who's doing Advise. So now we have a free, we can inspire the guy who does the main Inspire. So now we're good. We can cover everybody with Inspire without having to worry about their loyalty. That's quite nice. Besides that, what is there anything else we want to do? Income economy, Seal Project, Alcor, Delphus Fund, Katydid, Consulting. For a 1-star, that's not bad. It gives you a stat bonus, gives you influence, it gives you social science resources. Don't want to put it on a criminal, though, because criminals have other good orgs that we can put in. I really like the criminal orgs in this game because they give you a bunch of stats and money, which is, you know, good for me. I like that.
Standing by for orders. So,
sabotage project on other people. I'm doing investigations with this lady right now. Actually, we're going to check and see what we can do with Poland. If I spend all my influence, you can only get 20% in Poland. Let's go for a crackdown on the legislator here.
Acknowledged.
These are... Oh, this is Wuhan and Nanjing. I kind of really don't want them to have that. Interesting. Okay.
Ready.
Here's the idea. You can actually do assaults, and your assaults aren't terrible. Let's do some public campaigns in Poland and prep that for us. We're going to do one more increased relations with Zaida, one more Inspire. We'll have him come and do his assault on... We'll start in Nanjing. Spend 4 ops, or we'll do 8 ops. 8 ops is fine. Our ops income's pretty decent.
Orders.
And let's do...
What's the op?
We want this guy to go to ground so Humanity First doesn't know about
Where
him.
do you need me?
We'll see if the AI is smart enough to recognize that we do the sabotage for them. We'll also go to ground with her. I know it's only the resistance. Well, if we're going to go to ground next turn, we don't need to do it right now. Let's do a defend in the EU, since we have that available still.
Our interests.
We're going to see how this plays out. We'll probably stick around for the next couple of series here, since this actually is pretty big for us if we get everything working here. Special project available. How close are we to this? December of this year. June of this year. Probe has arrived. We're still in control of 2 of these global techs here, which is quite nice. That's good enough for Zyda. There's our defend interest.
Securing our interests.
A lot of probes update. Our fixer, she needs another 2 points to do an upgrade. I gotta remember that. 2 more for the professor. Probe arrived. That's actually not a bad site. We're not gonna worry about those asteroids yet, though, until we see one that like is insane. Keep working on Poland. Okay, this is gonna be my life for the next year or 2, is accepting these probe pop-ups. Not terrible. 50 volatiles. That's quite good, actually. Better probes. Better place.
The LC is
And
secure.
good assault mission. Okay. More and more probes. These pop-ups, man. So many. Federation. Hungary, Norway, Germany, Macedonia. Alright, Albania is undefended. I know you say that, but you lie.
At your service.
Come and go ahead and go to ground here to prep for your next turn of
Hunkering down.
activities. We're
At
gonna...
your service.
Ready.
Let's go to ground. Let's have all of some of our guys go to ground. It doesn't do a ton for us,
Evading pursuit.
but it's worthwhile.
Reporting in.
I wish Zyda could go and do...
Acknowledged.
I really wish Zyda could do the assault. Thing.
Reporting
We're gonna
in.
do a round of going to ground.
Ready for my
Unless
mission.
there's something that's undefended that I should
Where
defend
to?
in our big countries. There is not.
Going silent.
And we'll keep Sean Diaz doing his
Where do you need me?
stuff. We'll swap him out for David Brown in the next turn. Lock that in. We're gonna have new orgs this go round. Probe. That's pretty. God, these probes. I sent out like 100 probes. I think we are basically mapping the entire asteroid
Going
belt.
silent.
Going silent.
Offering
Let's
assistance.
do all of those.
Hunkering down.
Blood in Canada. See, this is why we like to have money, right? Because you can reduce this and save the economy a little bit here. Only got to click this button about 200 times, and then I want to click it again.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Poland is at 28%. New project, better heat sinks. We'll have to do heat sinks later. Those are very useful whenever you have warships, because whenever you shoot, it's going to generate heat and a heat sink. And the normal radiators they go boom, and so a heat sink can let you lose heat without going boom. Let's see. Russia's not doing too hot in their invasion. This actually is a really decent asteroid. That one's pretty booty. Just looking at the asteroid numbers. Alright, new orgs next day. Can I just, like, change our probe? I still want to know it, because the problem is the primary planets, it's really good to know when your probe arrives. Check out the orgs. Some of these are criminal orgs. You gotta make sure they don't give us the, or see if they give us the good stuff I'm looking for. Riga is actually really good. The 2 engineering projects. Can we put that on somebody? Not at the moment. The fixer can also get an upgrade to her. No, never mind. Next turn. Anything else we see? SEAL Team 6. Cost us money. FIB or whatever.
Reporting in.
Okay. So now what I want to do here...
Where do you need me?
You're not defending interest here. Let's do a crackdown. 24%. If we boost that... Let's do a full 16 boost here.
Targeting their center of power.
Ready
With
for
the
my mission.
purge, I think we only need
Ready
to
for
do...
my mission.
Let's do a 4 boost.
We're taking power.
David Brown, we're going to have you do a
I'm
public
here.
campaign in Poland.
We'll make our appeal.
Zaida, I want
Your orders.
Sean, let's have you go ahead and go to
Acknowledged.
ground.
Going into hiding.
This turn's also pretty good because we should get the bunch of upgrades. So let's see how our results are as more probes arrive. Should watch your income go down as these finish. Did I build anything out in Tiangong? No, I didn't actually build an admin node in Tiangong. We'll do that right now. Go ahead and do your second solar array. As these finish, I won't upgrade the other solar array. Go ahead and get our power outcome really high. Because we can afford it, I think. And then afterwards, we can come back and add the science. We want to save a space for point defense on these
We moved the needle.
on these places. All right, all of these other ones have finished. Let's go ahead and get in there. I need to close this. Solar array number 2 over here. You can see our control point cap jumped up a ton. So we can slot these guys in. Might be faster for me if I just saved and applied the templates for these, but we'll hold off on that for now. Notice how I'm not building a skunk works here. I think I want to put the skunk works probably on the moon. We could turn the moon into a research station. Also, how expensive is that skunk works? 10. Yeah, we'll hold off a little bit. We don't need to. We don't really have a ton of research that we can invest in everything. We're already stretching ourselves a little thin by just doing what's it called? I can't think. Just doing the 2 global techs here. So even though we're winning these very handedly, it could just be that no one really cares about the militarization of space. Also, settlement core is going to be done really soon, so we'll probably do that this turn. Strange behavior in Addis Ababa.
We've hit them where it hurts.
Poland's looking great, so that should be a successful takeover of Poland. What's her chance up to, by the way? 98%. More probes. There's settlement core. About a lot of good stuff happening right now. Let's grab that pulsar drive that we were looking at earlier. And now we'll get control of the Polish legislature, which is nice.
Our people have taken control.
I really like the way Zaida talks. There's something about the way she says people that I just... It's like saying peepo. All right, Zaida, get you upgraded. Let's get you another admin point over here. Could throw some stuff on you. Eureka Works is just a better Topaz engineering. Don't want to put it on her, though. All right, this gentleman, we're going to throw on another command point until he gets up to 10 command, because we desperately need to be good at that. We're going to throw up your... We're going to drop the loss adverse. We have enough space presence now that I'm concerned about what happens if we have some bad stuff going on there. Streetwise will be good to get eventually, but next it's going to be science as a focus for him, and then a command. Everything else I think is good. Do I grab the Eureka Works right now? We have the free slots. I can do some shenanigans with these lower orgs here if I need more space. Let's grab it. Let's grab it. The engineering projects are just too good. This boost we get already at 50%. It's just great to build upon here. Right, we're going to do a purge with her. Go up to about 4 influence put in.
Our enemies.
Question is, do we...
Ready for orders.
We'll do a crackdown on... Let's just make sure we guarantee control over
Targeting
the nation.
their key
If they
people.
do a defend interest
Your
here,
orders.
oh well. It is what it is. Investigate alien activity. After this,
Standing by.
you guys can actually do crackdowns,
orders?
but not enough for me to care.
Standing by for orders.
No one's detected him.
Where to?
Professor is very detected.
Standing by.
Let's lock
for
these boys
orders.
in.
Ready to go.
You could get somebody. Does that give us income? Only 5, though. We'll hold off. Lock it in. See how it goes. We're in June. July is the next month. Okay. More arrivals, more probes.
Offering counsel.
See, they defended interest. That's what I was worried about.
I will report when
Okay.
my mission is complete.
Laying the
So,
groundwork.
this is going to probably...
Public
cause some
sentiment
problems
is
for us.
increasingly with us.
what we're going to probably do here is we're going to do a lot of low effort rolls to try to get Poland. We'll just see what happens.
We
Like we'll
lost
throw
their
out
train.
some really cheap crackdowns. We won't spend too much interest on it, especially with the fact they now have another army and now they left the Federation. That's the problem, man. If we got control over them, Now it's going to take a little bit longer for us to get Poland on our side, but that's fine. Having Poland is good. We're about to annex Spain, so we'll have some more free research slots, more command points, and we can throw that towards, you know, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Romania, Serbia, Albania, the Balkans.
The opposition remains in power.
And oh, that's a decent asteroid. I don't know why I'm reworking on all these damn asteroids. They're all the damn same. All right, new rivalry between Russia and the Netherlands. Org Marketplace, it is a new month. Carthage Technologies is pretty good. This is actually a really good 2-star org. It gives you money. Like, that's actually kind of crazy. Where's our diplomat here? If we drop Echo Extraction. Advise, stabilize, and control nation. This gives you plus 30. Gives you plus 26. This one's just better. Unequip this org. And throw in... I don't have the influence. Curses. Anything else jump out to me? Okay, there's assault alien assets. We're actually going to pick that one up, I think. Let's go ahead and throw... Let's put this back in on our guy over here. I want to go back to my fixer here. We are going to pull out one of these cheap ones here that gives us nothing. We'll get the Atlas Cartel out. Let's put in this one. Her having that mission is actually going to be really good for us, since it's going to be a long time until we invest in her command, but still, just letting her having someone else to deal with the megafauna and stuff that pops up will be very valuable. All right, so let's go ahead and get what we're going to be doing for a little bit here. We're going to go all in on getting Poland on our side here. Throw some public campaigns out. We're going to have Emmanuel do his assault life forms because we got to keep up with that.
Ready for orders.
Oh, this is Zaida.
Standing by for orders.
Manuel based at 60%. This command investment in him is being
We're
really
going
paying
in.
off. We should still have a
Acknowledged.
decent chance on this. It's a 1%, but if we spend like some influence here, is it worth it? Let's defend interest. I'd rather do that.
Securing our control.
We'll maybe throw out what's our purge
Your
chance here.
orders?
We'll throw out some crackdown rolls. Is what we'll do. We're gonna have her do other stuff, but we're gonna have.
Reporting.
In fact, it might be better if we have her deal with Wuhan. We'll spend 8 ops to give her a
Gear
better
up.
chance. Emmanuel can do his crackdown, and we're gonna throw. I'm fine with a 4-pointer here with a 7% chance, and
Going
just have
after
him
their people.
roll. You know, see if we get lucky, see if we can get control of it. We have nothing really else for them to do besides the crackdowns. And I think we're good for now. So I'm going to do a bunch of rolls of that. I'll bring you guys back once it's time to improve relations. Sounds like August is our day here. Yeah, we'll handle August. And I'll see you guys then. All right, real quick, we just unlocked Pulsar drives, and we got to decide what else we want to get in our research slot here. This is well, not the small one, they have the equal investment, but I like to keep this one for the smaller techs. Generally, there's warships we can look into. Solid core fission reactor 5, I think will be very good for us. Let's go ahead and grab that one now, just because that'll get us the end of the fission reactor techs, which lets us put a pretty good reactor on our early ships, which is nice. Keeping an eye on our resources looks pretty all right. I've gone ahead and upgraded all the stations to have the science modules built everywhere except for this slot, which you want to keep open for point defense or something else, just so we have some defenses against orbital debris, since we are looking at the point defense tech eventually. Getting close to finishing industrialization space and militarization of space. They're going to finish around the same time, months apart even. We are doing rolls right now to see... Oh, we failed our crackdown, but you'll see it in the next mission cycle. We're doing rolls on a crackdown. We have 31% chance, which, considering we're not investing too heavily in this, is
Your orders.
really damn good. Sure, we can have an alliance between Germany and Denmark. We plan to take Germany eventually anyway. Looks like there is a place that we can do investigate aliens that we can't reach because it has too much unrest.
What's the op?
Zaida still has the paranoid trait, which we will eventually need to get rid of, but for now it's doing pretty well for us. What does this give us real quick just to check? Security, investigation, and espionage. So those are all good stats for her to have. Once we max out administration, we'll probably drop that and get her set up using other stuff. But for now, that's fine. How is our situation here? It's August, actually. Which means we unify with the Netherlands at the end of the month. And then Spain is in November. And everything else is fine. So what do I want to do here? We have a 7% chance just to throw a random purge out. I mean, let's throw one out. Just throw out a 3% chance. I know we could have done the 7%, but I'd like to...
Ready to go.
Well, no. Go ahead and just throw it out.
Ready for my mission.
And let's make sure we get these in one spell swoop if we get lucky on either of our rolls. If we get lucky on one, we'll probably pass the other. Or if we get lucky on the second one, it doesn't matter what the first one happened anyway. So we'll throw those out. No influence spent here. I am really eyeing up this foundation hide at Hildar. We're close to being able to just grab it. I'll probably throw it onto this gentleman right here. I could drop the Marius Metals or Echo Extraction. Echo Extraction is the one I'm looking at right now. Lose some space mining, lose some money, but everything else is great. Sounds like a plan here. Let's lock in. We'll pick that org up right now. Still having probes arrive. That's never going to end.
Prepping for mission.
Now let's pick this up right away. Drop Echo. Pick up Foundation, Hildar. We have a lot of spare orgs here. I could trade these away eventually, so I'm fine keeping them in the backlog for now. That should be all right.
I will help them.
Up to 1.8k in research. That's the effect of our orgs pushes there, so that gave us about 300 science just on its own. Good to see there. I don't know the exact amount. I could do the math, but I don't care to. We are under the 400 count of our money, but that's going to go away a little bit. Actually, we're doing series stuff now, so that we're going to have some costs first.
The people will come to our side.
Poland's looking great. We have 8% chance and a 38% chance. If we hit that 38, I will be a very happy boy.
Targets got away.
Damn, failed that one. What about
Cleaning things up.
the lower percent chance with our 6%? Probes. Come on, hit. Yahtzee.
Our enemies are still in
Tragic.
control.
It happens. Nuclear test in Taiwan. That's interesting for China. Let's look over in that region for a second there. India's still over control. Ooh, we have the resistance in China. That's a very, very strong resistance, considering they have both of these. Can you even afford that? That's wild. No way you can actually afford that. Yeah, you're 60 over. You can't do any missions. Go for it, though. I mean, I'm happy it's you. Much better than the servants getting in there. Real quick, if I were to do like a send it full on a purge, you can't even do it. What about a crackdown over here?
Ready for my mission.
We have no public opinion there, so it makes sense we can't do it. What about the U.S., considering we border them? Wow, 0% here anyway. So they have pretty good control over all of their stuff, which is interesting. But they gotta get a lockdown on that stuff before stuff gets bad here. Let's go ahead and use Sean Diaz to keep a handle on some of these ops missions we have available.
Heading to the LZ.
We don't need him right now to do other stuff. I think this is the month when you can do a unification with Denmark, as well as the Netherlands. Let's pull off David Brown and have him set national policy here, helping your control points out even more. 1.7 will become 1.8 once we have our first advised mission come off. Solid core fission reactor is done. What do we do now? So mining complex is a tier 2 stuff. It does give you a bonus to your throughputs here. It gets you more mines and things. What slot do we have available right now that I'm looking at? Okay, it's a smaller slot. Is there anything I want to pick up in this line that I've been ignoring? Could pick up armor. Operations Center, let's grab that. It's an easy way to get control points, or mission control. Mission control, by the way, whenever you're over mission control, it goes towards your science. So I think if we look over here, we'll get 1.1 from unused mission control. Not a huge amount, but that's daily, right? So, you know, pretty good to have. So it's a little boost there. What's the math work out to? It's like 15, so numbers. Anyway, we're not going to worry
Lend
about it. But
my
mission control, if
expertise.
you don't use it, still gives you a boost. So it's not terrible to have as a spare on a counselor. It might be like... There's a coup. Brazil is now free for the taking. That's rare. You don't normally see too many coups going off. Not a bad place to grab. They're such a huge, like, GDP nation. Smaller than us, but like population-wise, they have a lot of people. Failed a 70% chance roll. Probe arrives.
Mission complete.
Let's do our not a federation. My mistake. Unify with. Do the Netherlands first. They're worth more. That is the fact. And now we look a lot better here. Once we get rid of
Eyes and
Spain,
umbrellas.
we're going to look really good because we're going to have a full, like, contiguous border. Minus Moldova, which you can kind of look away from. Looks like we now finished our outpost core.
Our associates
It's going to be a little
were
bit before
unable
these
to take
arrive.
control.
It's in September. One day we'll get one of these good rolls in our favor here. We get new orgs, right? We did. Anything stand out? Nothing in crazy. Chameleon group was good. Pax Robotica. Assassinate alien, assault aliens, assassinate coup d'etat, stabilize nation, and it gives you. What the hell? Do we have a counselor from the U.S. or we lost that? We did lose that one. That's a really good org to have. That's 4 points, 3 ops income, and a bunch of missions. I would trade out my. Let's keep an eye on that. If we don't have a counselor who can do it, but if that's the round we get our next counselor, I would seriously consider just hard focusing a U.S. counselor here. This is the diplomat. He will actually cap out his admin here. Then we can throw in another org for him, or we could drop the Sphinx work and pick up Chameleon Engineering org. That's a shout. I quite like that, actually. Or we could drop the Sphinx work and put back in Echo Extraction. But I think this is fine. Unequip the Sphinx. And we're going to throw on Chameleon here. Get his science up. Science helps to have it. It also helps you against some alien events later on. But now he's good on his admin, meaning I can start actually flushing out his other traits here and go back to getting his persuasion. His persuasion is 17 naturally just from our org value, which is nice to see. What about other people? Other people are all kitted out. Who's losing us the most money? We're actually pretty well... Well, never mind. Professor loses 122 because I think World Health Organization costs 235. Yeah, that'll do it. It really isn't even that crazy of an org. Like, the science points are good, no lie. But I could go without it in some cases. Working on knowledge here. We can probably drop this down and do something like this. Doing a lot of spoils here. Albania is free for the taking.
Standing by.
Let's get you back to improving relations in Poland.
I will try to sway the public.
What is your chance? 98% chance? Okay, we're going to keep doing our rolls. I'll let this keep running. Let's go and do our Unify with Denmark just to see if anything crazy happens. If we get another control point, that'd be cool. But Denmark will be nice.
Offering
That's
assistance.
a little bit of GDP, not a ton. We're up to 13,000 there. 536 total investment into science. 32 economic points. We probably have solidly passed both China and the United States in our economy investment. Good to see. Once we unify with Denmark, we'll actually pass the U.S. in science. There's the industrialization of space. That's big for us. Where do we go next? Point defense arrays. I like it. I want it. I'll probably grab it, but let's look at everything else. Mission to the Inner Planets is something we've been waiting for. This gets us the next level of computers. Miltech value for scram jets and cruise missiles. Aerospace economy, transit interface, warfare, okay. Combat lasers, because it's cheap. And military into space is going to finish soon. And in that one, we're going to go for the mission to the inner planets. I like that
We
idea.
are winning their hearts and minds.
I like the idea of being really strong in Poland, too, if we can get lucky on our rolls here. When is this going to be finished, to be exact?
We've neutralized their key people.
Our crackdown worked. Our roll was pretty good. We cracked down on the wrong control point, though.
Policy direction complete.
Unify with... we own Slovakia? I forgot we own Slovakia. Do Denmark first. Repeat and continue. There's the Ops Center project. That's good. What do we want to grab here? Settlement mining is good, but we don't need to go for that right now because we're not investing into our colonies to get them to tier 2. We have good reactors. Commercial rocket companies are solid bleh, I think. Do we really just go for like the Hail Mary play here and grab... Well, actually, we have a ton of free cap, actually. Let's go for the Hail Mary and get bonus to economy here. I need to get Zyda to purge this point, and we'll do a crackdown on the other one. And then Zyda needs to go off and have a really a good time on some stuff. So we've got construction module. We're going to grab construction module right away. Not even a question. Solar platform, solar outpost, fission kit. Yeah, accelerated construction module's habit allows founding additional platforms and outposts in this planetary/asteroidal system. So what we can do with this is we can put one of these in like say Mercury, right? And then we can build on Mercury with a way shorter delay, so we can get stuff to Mercury a lot faster. We can put one of these on Ceres and use it as a launching point to go out to the gas giants and etc. what have you. So those are all really good. Having a lot of stuff going on here, so we're not going to do too many jump cuts, I think, to end this one off.
The opposition remains in power.
You failed a 22% chance isn't terrible. And that was for the government slot, which is pretty nice. We'll get control over the main Polish slot here. Go ahead and do a Romania, okay. Grab that 98% chance. We're going to put Emmanuel back over here and have him do a crackdown with 10% chance here. We'll throw in, I think, probably a 4 slot there.
Pressure on their people.
Sean Diaz, you can do an assault in one of these. We'll send you out there with some ops. Checking our texts. Texts are fine, or our science. Not our science. I can't speak today. Our XP. We do have a pretty nice nest egg. I like having that. No one's investing into combat. Well, people are investing. Point defense is nice, and the lasers here are also very nice. Looks like the servants are getting in charge. Servants kind of focus on like Earth tech to get like, you know, independence movements, the greater nations and stuff. So I'm fine with the servants actually winning a point here. It'll be pretty helpful with us. The fact that they're doing so bad on science, well, they're recovering. But the fact they were doing the worst in science besides the initiative means that it's actually going to slow the game down a lot, because a lot of the alien interactions are driven by how fast the servants do their tech. There's the militarization of space. And what do we do now? Anything that unlocked that was really cool? Marine companies, fleet logistics, white collar automation. Cybernetic implants is actually really good here. That gets bonuses to our counselors themselves. Keep an eye on that one. But it's got to be mission to the inner planets, I think. Seeing if any of these unlock something that I really want. Improved shipbuilding is cool, but mission to the inner planets. We're going to grab that. I think the next time we get a tech, we need to go and try to make a push for nano factories. Which is... where exactly? We got the industrialization of space. Is it this one? Or did that get me enough for nano factory? Oh yeah, we already have enough for nano factory. We just got to get it unlocked. Okay, that's cool. We'll run with that. Grub has arrived. And I think once we get mission to the inner planets, I'm probably going to shipyard. We should set as favorite. We need to build those. Probably build those in Mercury. Do our unification with Slovakia. We have a ton of excess points. Need to start spending those. Probably want to do a control mission. I was going to say we go for Brazil, but Brazil's already full. Which is something. Where do we go? Do we try to, like, do a cheeky snab the United States? We border them. It would take up a lot of our slots very fast. We should still focus in this region. We can always come back and do some crazy plays to try to get us another big nation. Hell, taking over Russia wouldn't even be too terrible, because we have Kazakhstan right next to him. But I want to kind of have it be in a different region. You failed your roll. That's fine. I think Brazil will be a good one to go for. Yeah. Especially since it collapsed once, we can make it collapse again. We could even...
We are in control now.
Okay, we got control of the second Polish one. Set them to like this. And now we just need one more. Awesome. This is great here. We're actually going to get through an entire year here. We have about 6 minutes left. We have some unrest in the EU. That's a concern. We can deal with that, though. Have you stabilized?
We'll turn down the heat.
Go on, do another
Reporting
assault,
in.
this time in Wuhan.
Gear up.
Gonna repeat our crackdown
At
operation.
your service.
And I want to have you do some purges of some of these smaller ones that have been abandoned. Like, for instance, okay, they actually are keeping it. Serbia, Kosovo is a good shout. Also, just Albania, we could take it instantly. What about up here? They're actually holding that very well. Switzerland. We'll hold off. We don't want to target humanity first with all of our actions. Let's start with this one. Now we don't have a crackdown, but if we just throw, say, 8
We're taking power.
at it, we have really good odds anyway. And I like our chances there. Org Marketplace, we didn't check this. What's come out of here for October? Decent. I wish that gave us stats as well. That's also all right. Bonus for Sweden. Don't like a 3-star for only a 7% bonus. I've seen better 2 stars. Pax Robotica is just very strong. Argos products, just cash. Income. The Serbian Cobras, we actually control... Oh, it's Serbia, Kosovo, so I guess we don't control it. I thought we had... Oh, we had Czechoslovakia instead. I was wrong. Alright, let's run through it. Still more probes. Repair bay. Could be useful to have in series to repair ships.
Offering counsel.
Since we want to make the asteroid belt kind of our defensive line when we first go to space. Probes have arrived. Marine platoon barracks. Don't really care about that right now. European Union is looking good again. Need to defend interest in there as well. Our
Targets
income
got away.
is not the best right now. Why is Poland taking so long? The less likely to have accents. Let's actually favorite that. It's nice to pick that up just because we're going to have a lot of assets in space. Mining set up in series. Let's look at our incomes now. Above 200 on all the main resources. Gonna be looking quite good whenever we go. And construction module, we need that a lot. That's completed, actually. Never mind. Where to now? Well... we could do a cheap public opinion boost. We are looking for new targets to expand to right now. So let's grab the cheap public opinion boost. It'll get done in like 10 days. So it won't be
Target
too much of an
remains
impact.
operational.
You failed the 70% chance roll. That's tragic. Solar outpost kit. We're not going to be founding outposts with ship anytime soon. Those outpost kits, basically you put them on a ship, and when the ship
We've
goes to
removed some
a
threats.
body, they can establish an outpost there. All right, we took up Bosnia-Herzegovina. How are you doing? You have some unity problems, and you have some unrest problems. So let's boost your unity and drop down your economy for now. You also have some really big unrest problems. So let's just focus on that stuff. And you can worry about everything else later. We'll have to fix Kosovo slowly. We can take Serbia, Kosovo in one fell swoop, I think. Have the Balkans all under us. Maybe remake Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, whatever you want to call it. 90% chance there. We will take the odds.
Our enemies.
What are your odds here?
Ready for orders.
5%
Where to?
chance. If I just boost this more, we'll keep the... Yeah, keep the 12%.
Turning up the heat.
Roll the dice enough,
Your
and
orders.
eventually you'll get lucky.
Where to?
So stabilized nation. We need to defend, I think, right? Yeah, do the defend. Did we have
Protecting our
Spain yet?
interests.
Ready for orders.
Perdoname. When is Spain up? 5th of November, October, so next month. Okay, let's get Spain on board and try to finish this out. You're really letting me down here with these assault alien assets, man. I'm gonna throw 16 ops at the damn problem. You better get it done.
Taking it to them.
To be fair, your command is abysmal, but that's understandable. Okay. Confirm, lock us in. Get us control of Kosovo. We're not defending up here.
Securing our control.
Quick check in and see how
will
the you guys are doing. You're now 100 over. Did you get another control point here? You did. You're just going to push it. They're just going to push and take all of China. They have a crackdown already on it. There's the boost to public alien, besides the alien threat. Let's grab the maintenance procedures. It'll just boost our habs. I'm seriously debating making a play for the U.S. because we already have Canada. We can actually unite the U.S. and Canada later on. I should have had him repeat mission there. That was a mistake. Japan, under the control of the servants, declared war on the Gulf states. So we have a Japanese... Oh, it's split, so it's a little confusing there. My little friend. A small alien life form to be kept as a pet. What the hell? We're gonna study it. Public opinion is not too terrible.
Here.
There's now part of Serbia, Kosovo. Public opinion hit wasn't even that bad. Kosovo is actually not terrible here. Still need a little bit of investment.
Where to?
Do that second purge for me, please.
Terminating the opposition.
Standing by for
Unrest
orders.
is still high in Bosnia-Herzegovina. You still got to do your crackdown. Keep throwing that out there. I think an 8-point investment's not terrible here.
Ready.
So I want
Reporting
you to
in.
just keep stabilizing these nations here. 4.2 is pretty bad. Let's drop that down.
Restoring order.
You still
Ready
need
for
to
my
do
mission.
decent on one of your assaults, please.
We're going in.
It's in China, so eventually these guys will deal with that themselves. What
Laying
is
the
your
groundwork.
what is real quick? Shouldn't have locked in. I should have seen what the chance was to actually evict here. We wouldn't have done it because we don't want to piss those guys off too much, and we don't need China for ourselves right now. Not when we can do much stuff over here.
Lending my expertise.
I think Brazil is the move for us next. Get one over here, get one over here. We have Canada over there. It's kind of a good pressure here. Nothing too good going on in Africa. We do want kind of some control over this region in some way.
They slipped away from us.
Okay. There's one of these states. I think it might be Ethiopia. There's a mission later on to really unite all of Africa under Ethiopia. So maybe we do some of that at the same time as doing some other stuff. Now a minute and 2 over. I want to get through this year. At least I want to do the
Unable
Spain.
to destroy the target.
I at least want to do the Spain unification. We'll probably
We
stop
are
after
in
we unify
control
with Spain. There's Serbia, Kosovo all the way under us. That's good. We'll fix them up. How much does it take for that last slot of Poland? Last Polish slot is going to be 12 control points. So we have about 50 control points to spend somewhere. Let's keep going to our purges here. Albania is an easy target, as is Hungary. Hungary's undefended. Lithuania and Latvia are still in the EU. Those could be good ones. Let's do Albania.
Targeting the opposition.
Geographic expansion, I think, is
Where
going to be
to?
fine for us. There's also Greece. There's so much to take. And that's fine. I want contiguous landmass here. There's a crackdown in Ukraine. Ukraine is starting to lose their war. We might need to win that for them. I'm worried about Russia using nukes, though. Do your assault in China again.
Going in hot.
Orgs. Fixer can get another admin bump. Not terrible. Nothing insane that I'm seeing off the top of my head here. Yeah, we'll hold off here. Hostile takeover. You actually don't. Oh, you do have hostile takeover. We're chilling. You don't need to do anything else. Okay. I should have done the Spain thing. Yeah, I need to unify with Spain. I guess we'll get to the whole
Offering
year here. This will be about maybe a 106-minute video. I can edit some parts down. So yeah, we'll
Cleaning
be
things
about a
up.
little bit over time, but that's fine. A little bit over never hurt nobody. Keep working on that, please.
We lost their trail.
Come on, make your roll here. Estonia's leaving. Yeah, you're starting to get pissed at us. Sweden on the control protectorate. You gotta be careful not to target the same faction too much, or
Target
else we'll be
destroyed.
go to end conflict. Like for
Our
instance, there's a reason we're
associates are
not
now
doing
in charge.
Switzerland right now. We don't want to piss off Humanity First by going for 2 of their core states. Could, however, like What's been abandoned here? I don't mind pissing
I'm
off the
here.
academy. Let's drop a purge in Latvia.
Terminating the opposition.
Right. I know you can assault
Standing
alien
by for
assets, but I need you to go and set national policy in
Securing
the
our
EU.
interests.
You're doing fine. Go and
Ready.
investigate aliens while we have it available. Getting close, doing some upgrades on some people. You're going to be able to be upgraded after this turn. Confirm. Lock them in.
Prepping for mission.
Emmanuel, my guy.
Offering support.
I did the
Securing our
wrong
control.
fucking thing. Classic Sean mistake. That's 20 fucking influence spent for no reason. Okay.
Targets lost.
Crackdown on Poland failed. Doesn't surprise me. Let's go ahead and throw in... You still need more command. We'll stop at 8, I think. That's enough to get most of our assault alien assets done pretty handily. Thailand and Russia ended their war. Use your armies, Ukraine. You have them. Try to
Here's what we
fight.
found.
Alright, I might try to take over Ukraine just so we can get them to win this war. Because I don't want
People
Russia
have
to
taken control.
do too hot here. Solar kit here. What do we pick up? I'm thinking we're going to start focusing a little bit on... well, let's do shipyard first. Grab shipyard. And then I think it's going to be a hard focus on Earth politics for a little bit. We've got most of what we want for ships. We're lacking a little bit in armor and weapons. We have drives, we have energy, so we can start actually building them. I just want to set that up on Mercury, I think. We'll see. I'll probably build a space station around Mercury and use that. Fission platform kit is fine. New orgs in the marketplace. Did I... Okay, no, we can still lock it in here.
Where do you need me?
Set national policy, damn it. Please stop.
Heading to the capital.
Standing by.
Germany and Latvia ended a bunch of alliances. Keep the purges going on. Let's go for Ukraine. What are your chances here? Oh, you need to crack down to succeed. Shit. We have time. I mean, there's a free spot in Greece. Might as well
Removing
take it.
Our enemies.
Go ahead and go
Ready
back
to
to
go.
defending unrest here. In Bosnia.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
Sarajevo. The Deneb org is great. I think we're done with the fixer. She has more admin slots we could give her. And it does give her espionage. We'll put it on her. So now she's up to 24 in the stat. I mean, I can put a big org on her. This is better than the other assault alien asset one we have, right? Like we have this one. Throw this on. It actually gets her stats. Drop this org. We had the one we were sitting on in here that we can start putting into her. I don't actually like this anymore now that we're full up on stuff. So you can have two more, a 2-star here. We have the extraction, we have the aerospace. There's something I value more than those. Delta Engineering Group isn't terrible. We've done a lot of those, though, which means we don't really need to do it. I'd rather pick up, like, the 3-star here. So let's go ahead and unassign the Icarus group here. And pick up... Oh, we have 10 or fewer. Okay, we'll buy this. And let's go ahead and drop some of these cheap ones. I want to get rid of these ones right here. Can't hog all the stuff, apparently. Yeah, we'll get rid of a lot of our 1-star ones. We just got this one for the op. Security's cheap. We don't really need it. I like having something with assault alien assets. We'll keep Sphinx around. Never mind. We'll liquidate it. And we'll ride that line here. We're probably going to get rid of the Madison Society, even though it does give a lot for a 2-star. There are better ones out there. Also, it's not the operative. Was he at the list? No, he's at 0. Okay. Man's 51 and 66. I don't know if our guys can die of old age. I guess we'll find out if that's a thing in this, because the dude's 66. Is he going to keep working until he's like 200? Because we're already 2027. I don't know how long this game goes on for. It'll be interesting. Let me unify with Spain, please. Repeat that. 18% over here.
Targets got away.
Come on, hit your 20% roll. China under resistance has declared war on Laos. So full resistance, by the way. Minus the 1 slot taken up by Protectorate. That Protectorate, by the way, is never going to get removed from that slot because it's so hard to purge in China. It's actually impossible.
Policy direction complete.
Unify with Spain, and now the EU looks wonderful, if I do say so. We have a new control point. Yes. Let's pause and get that all figured out here. This is our new EU. Let's get to the end of the year here. We have a new army. We have 3 armies in control. Love to see that. Our military tech is pretty decent.
Threats.
We've actually been able to purge Greece, so now we have control over a region in there.
That fills our skies connects the
And we have
past
infrared
to
lasers
distant
done. Let's do
worlds
this
to
real quick. Oh, they actually took control of it, and they're doing Mission to the Inner Planets. That's fine. That's what I wanted anyway, so we don't hate losing that. And now we have a division of Greece under our control. Is that right? We do. Why do you have armies?
Ready.
Oh, division. Oh, never mind. That's the one from the EU that we have. Okay, well, let's put a cut in here. We're doing very well. The EU is now probably the strongest country in the game science-wise. Yeah, 573. I don't know if this is our boosted stats. It might be before the boost. I have to look and see. But 15,000 GDP. We're getting up there with the United States. If we take Germany, we'll be at par with them. China's still a little bit ahead of us with 27,000. Their GDP's gone down a lot. I think they started with like 32,000. India still is kind of nothing. Servants are running it into the ground, which is fine. And then you have over here Brazil, which has like a reasonable amount. But we are now a big superpower. Nations looking fine. Our cohesion's pretty high, considering our resting state is 6.7. Not a lot of unrest. Democracy's pretty damn good. We can confederate with some people. We'll have to look at that later and see if any of those are good options for us. But everything's going good. Going good. We'll go and put a cut in here. We have 90 points to spend. We're going to keep working on Poland. 55% chance to do it. That's 23%. 23% chance to do a crackdown there. We'll get Poland eventually. And then I think I'm going to start eyeing up Germany and trying to get us a foothold in here by just spamming action. So that'll be our focus next time. Way over on this video, but, you know, a lot has happened. This has been a very good period for us with all of the techs we're working on, especially since we're starting to pick up some of the bigger techs and the more important ones. And I think next episode it's going to be, well, maybe the next episode. But we're going to start going to the inner planets and really getting our control point spin over here in Mission Control. So for now, I'm Costin. If you guys enjoyed, I've been Sean, the Split Screeners, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.